Okay, so
Quarantine warnings about the slums where Dr. Morton Solus runs the clinic. Anticipate resistance at the transport station. I have also run searches for reports on Archangel. The various mercenary groups appear to believe that he is dead.
Works for me.
yep. And what's more, anyone who saw him without his helmet on back there is dead. So nobody knows that this Turian walking around is Archangel. So now he can just walk around freely without anyone going, oh, that's Archangel! Because nobody knows what he looks like. So, by the way, I realized the reason I can't find certain things is because there are other places, other shops, and other locations, such as Ilium, Tuchanka, and such, so I can't buy everything right now. So, just gonna have to wait. In the meantime, boy, this kind of hits a little close to home these days, doesn't it, with the pandemic that's been going on? A quarantine zone. Yeah, this kind of seems a little hit. Although it's funny, remember, this one doesn't affect humans. The one we're about to walk into. Can't say. Sadly, I can't say the same for our real life situation. Wouldn't it be that easy if that was the case?
Human, there's a plague. Nobody gets in or out.
You can't keep me out. I live in there.
I'm doing you a favor, lady. If you go in, the guards will cut you down.
You can't do this. Everything I own is in that apartment.
I told you to get lost, lady. The plague has the whole zone quarantined. Nobody gets in.
I'm human, you ass. Humans can't get the plague. Now let me get my stuff out before looters get it.
This thing affects every other race out there. We're not taking chances. Nobody gets in until the plague has run its course.
So you're saying the slums are completely sealed off?
Finally, a human that can hear. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
You can't keep me out. I'm gonna lose all my stuff.
I'm doing you a favor, human. Anybody in the quarantine zone will be dead from the plague or the gangs in a few weeks.
There's a Solarian named Morton Solus in the slums. I've got to get in there to find him.
The doctor? Yeah, crazy bastard opened a clinic in the district a few months ago. The Blue Suns weren't too happy when he moved in. I hear Morton's trying to deal with the plague. I wish him luck. The area is still locked down. Our orders are to wait until either the plague or the Blue Suns kill everyone. Then go in and clean up.
Tell me more about this plague.
It starts out as a cough, then you start coughing blood. And, well, then I shoot you. It affects multiple species. Turians, Solarians, Krogan, you name it. Only humans are immune. And Vorcha, if you count them. An airborne disease that takes down multiple races. Can't let that spread. Hence the quarantine.
I didn't think diseases could cross species barriers. Turians and Solarians can't even eat the same food.
Right. Most people figure that it has to be synthetic. Somebody engineered it. And it either got loose, or they're testing it here. And seeing as how humans are immune to the plague and doing a fair bit of looting, a lot of people think humans made it.
Any idea where I can find Morton's clinic?
Not a clue. What do you care? Place is quarantined, remember?
Who are the Blue Suns?
Mercenary gang that runs the district. At least they used to. The guys are mostly Turian. I heard the plague hit them pretty hard. Now the whole district is up for grabs. I hear the Vorcha are making a move. Plague can't hurt them. Immune to disease. Just one more reason you don't want to go in there.
So, yeah, these two choices here are basically to try and prevent you from having to go in and kill all the guys that are in there. That are basically the people working for Arya that this guy is working with. If you don't have enough to actually use these options and convince him, you can still go in, but they're all going to be hostile to you and try to stop you and shoot you and kill you. So you're going to have to kill them. So by doing this, I'll be able to actually tell them to, convince him to let me in, and then he'll tell them, hey, stand down, let her through. Don't shoot her. Yeah. So that's basically the point of this choice here.
Listen, you're stuck here till this quarantine's over. That could take weeks. What you really need is to get this problem solved right now. That's what I do. Solve problems. Let me in and I'll get this district straightened out.
You think you can fix this? Why not? Quarantine is more to keep infected people in anyway. I'll radio ahead, tell them you're coming in.
Wait, you're stopping me, but not them? You son of a bitch.
You don't have a grenade launcher, lady. Get lost.
I don't either. I have my arc projector.
Quarantine zone for a plague that kills Turians. Why don't we ever go anywhere nice?
Okay, give me a second here. Because I'm trying to come up with a reason why I would still take Garrison here with me. Because I'm going to. Because I want to show you guys the extra dialogue. But some have asked, why would someone say during their first run, without the knowledge of how this game works? Because see, here's the thing. If this was some other type of game, like, say, Elder Scrolls, this is the type of game where, that type of game, I would be like, oh, I'm not taking him in there, because I would expect him to die and be gone, permanently dead for the rest of the game. Because that's how some of those other games kind of work. You do this with a follower in Skyrim, for example, they die. You know, you guys know how those kind of games work. That's not really how Mass Effect works, or Dragon Age, not unless there's something specific that can actually, you know, permanently kill them, like in, say, Dragon Age Origins, where you can come up where certain things can cause them to turn hostile on you and you have to kill them. Mass Effect doesn't really do that. So, no matter what, regardless of who you bring with you, and this early in the game, the only two non-human crew members you can take with you would be Garrus and Rex. No, not Rex, I'm sorry, Grunt. It's funny, if Grunt's here, he'll say, I don't get sick. And then later on he'll reiterate this when he starts to cough and feel sick, and he'll be like, I don't get sick. Now, again, I'm trying to think of a reason why Shepard would still bring Garrus along, other than that she, well, wants him near her. The other, and that we find out once we get to Morden, is that he has a very quick solution for this. All he does is wave his Omni tool and gives an immune boost to Garrus, and he's fine. And that's it. That's all it takes to save Garrus from the plague. Shepard, of course, doesn't know that. But I think she would hope that would be the case, that once we reach Morden, that he would be able to do that, but she doesn't necessarily have the knowledge to to try to come to that conclusion. There's nothing for her to indicate that. So, I totally understand why people would not take Garrus and have him stay back and take only human squad mates. Again, I'm trying to come up with like a decent reason to still take Garrus, like an in-story, in-lore reason why Shepard would still take Garrus, other than she trusts him perhaps more than the other people that she's had on this team. Like, of the available squad mates, who would she trust here more than Garrus? And she wants him to be near her side. You know, like I said, she started to really realize how much she cares for Garrus back at the base when she had that scare of him actually dying to the gunship. And it's made her want him to be near her as much as possible, you know, to help protect and take care of him and prevent him from joining Kaidan on the death list. Because Shepard does not want that list to grow any higher or any more, even though we're going to have a full-on thing in Mass Effect 3 showing all those deaths that Shepard is going to have to look at and go, these are deaths that I possibly could have prevented. Even, you know, and that's going to weigh on her. We see how this starts to weigh on Shepard as the series goes along with that memorial on the Normandy in Mass Effect 3. So, yeah, she doesn't want Garrus to end up on some kind of list or memorial like that, like Kaidan did. But she is hoping that this won't be fast enough, this disease won't be fast enough to kill Garrus by the time they reach Morden, because he's a doctor. So she's hoping that they can reach the doctor before this disease actually causes Garrus to get too sick where it's too late.
This mission's important. I need you to come along, even if it's dangerous.
It's your call, Shepard. If you need me, I'm not going to let a cough keep me back.
And that's another reason why Garrus is awesome. He knows that this is something that could potentially kill him, but he doesn't care because if Shepard needs him, he's going to be there for her. That's what matters. I'm going to go ahead and switch back for that. Just, for some of the lines later on, it's going to make more sense that she's wearing that outfit compared to the other one. Plus, at times the visor just blocks her eyes. I like, seeing their faces. So we'll take Garrus and we'll take Zaid. I want to give Zaid some shine in this run. Not too much, but some, because, well, rest in peace, Robin Sachs, right? Whoops. I actually opened the command line there. Oopsie.
Switch up.
Don't shoot, they're cleared to come in.
So yeah, if I hadn't convinced the guy at the door, they would be shooting at me right now, and I would have to kill all of them.
Good luck in there. Blue Suns and Orcha shooting anything that moves.
They've seen us. Can't get...
Over the years, I've grown used to the smell of burning bodies. That's probably a bad sign.
Plague control at its most basic. Pile the bodies in the street and burn them.
Mm-hmm.
Human. Should have guessed. Bad enough you infect us with this plague. Now you lack the decency to even wait until I die before you come to steal my possessions.
Is there anything I can do for you?
Get away from me, human. Your kind has done too much already. Your plague did this to me. Your feigned pity is the final insult.
I need to find Morden Solus.
Humans looking for the human sympathizer. I hope the Vorcha burned Morden and his clinic to the ground. I hope you... I hope... Damn it. Damn you.
Hey, stay with me. This won't cure the plague, but it might help a bit.
Oh, you helped me. Why?
It's what I do. I don't know if I can find a cure for this plague, but I'm gonna try.
Your words sound sincere. Maybe it's the fever. But as you said, what have I to lose? What do you wish to know?
I need to find Morden Solus.
He has a clinic on the far side of the district. He's taking in refugees, offering to help those infected with the plague. I was afraid to go to him before. He is dangerous, but perhaps he can help.
What makes Morden worse than dying from the plague?
The Blue Suns tried to press him for protection money. He killed them, stunned them with some kind of toxin, then gunned them down. He's not just a doctor. Doctors don't execute people and display the bodies as a warning.
That's funny considering what he tells us later. There's a line that Morden says later on that is one of my favorite quotes in the entire game. It's the line that he says after his assistant questions him about being okay with killing the people who were going to kill him, saying, "You're a doctor. You believe in helping people." And Morden's response to that is such a great quote. And it applies to what he just said here, because he's like, oh, he's not just a doctor because doctors don't execute people and display the bodies. Well, according to Morden, that's not quite the case. But I will let Morden say that when the time comes. I just want to point out when it's about to happen. Just so you guys remember what he just said. What this Batarian just said when we get to that quote by Morden.
Why are you so convinced humans are behind this outbreak?
The plague is too potent to be a naturally occurring virus. Airborne transmission across numerous species, near perfect mortality rate. It had to be created in a lab. And since humans are the only species not affected, there is only one logical conclusion.
Aren't the Vorcha immune to the plague? What if they spread the virus so they could take over the district?
Vorcha are immune to disease. A human-created plague wouldn't affect them. But if the Vorcha created the plague, why wouldn't it affect humans? Besides, the Vorcha aren't smart enough to make a virus like this. They're scavengers. Sorry, human. You may not want to believe it, but all the evidence points to your species.
You were talking about Vorcha earlier.
Before the quarantine, the Blue Suns controlled this district. But as their numbers fell to the plague, Vorcha moved in. The Blue Suns are fighting to protect their territory. But as the plague spreads, it's only a matter of time until the Vorcha overwhelm them. He has a clinic. I was afraid to go to him before. He is dangerous, but perhaps he can help.
When I find Morden, I'll tell him about you. If he has a cure, I'll make sure someone gets it to you.
Thank you. My time is running short, but at least you have given me a flicker of hope to brighten the darkness of my final hours. I don't want to die. Whatever Morden is, I will risk it if he can reach me.
I should go.
Goodbye, human.
Tried to claw his way out. Can't say I wouldn't do the same.
Bastards see us in this room. Said we're infected. Idiots can't tell the difference between the plague and a simple cough. Nothing to do now but sit tight and wait for them to wise up. Good thing we brought a deck of cards. 2 days in. Nobody's even come by to check on us. Never thought the Blue Suns would turn their backs on me. This group used to stand for something. When I get out of here, I'm gonna make them pay. Davis isn't doing too good. I think he really does have the plague. Gotta get out of here before he infects me too. Davis died last night. He's still talking to me though. Good to hear his voice. The company is nice. Nobody should die alone.
Yep.
Is it hot in here, or is it just... Oh, that's not good.
Hang in there, Garrus. Hang in there. Be strong, buddy.
The Blue Suns came by this morning and did something to my door. Now it won't open. Turned out the circuits, maybe. They said they were trying to control the spread of the plague. But I'm not even infected. Damn Turians. Must be some kind of extortion racket. Trap me in here for a day or two, then offer to let me out if I pay them off.
You know, I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen here. I can see it on mine. You see the little dust particles in the air here? I'd like to think this is supposed to be the virus, because it's an airborne virus. Maybe this is like the visual indicator of the virus kind of around this area. And when we entered this area, that's why when Garrus started coughing.
Heads up!
Can't reach the target.
I need cover!
Missed something over here. Because I saw it. I saw it pop up on my screen. There it is. How did I miss seeing that the first time?
You're human.
When we saw that door open, we thought those Turians had found us.
Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just gonna rob your place.
Ever since this plague started, the Blue Suns have been out to get us. They're killing as many people as the disease.
Why are the Blue Suns hunting you?
We didn't do anything. Pretty much every non-human in the district wants us dead.
They think we caused the plague. Humans aren't getting sick, and that's all the evidence they need. God knows how many of us they've already killed.
They should be looking at the Vorcha, not us. Ever since the plague hit, they've been taking over Blue Sun's territory.
What else can you tell me about the plague? When did it start?
The first cases cropped up about 2 weeks ago. Nobody paid much attention until it started to spread. Usually takes about a week to kill you, but it spreads fast. 3 days after the first outbreak, there were over 50 known cases.
That's when everyone noticed humans weren't getting sick. Then the quarantine came down and everything went to hell.
Any idea how the victims contracted it?
Not sure. Probably airborne. Even after the Blue Suns started sealing victims up inside their own apartments, the plague kept spreading. Now they just gun victims down and burn the bodies in the streets. Doesn't seem to be helping, though. People are dying by the dozens.
Tell me more about the Blue Suns.
They're a mercenary gang, mostly Turian. Used to run this district. Kept things nice and stable for the most part.
As long as you paid your monthly protection fees, everything was cool. Rates were pretty reasonable. For Omega, at least.
Then this damn plague hit. Everyone started dying. The Vorta started moving in. The Blue Suns lost control and the whole district turned into a war zone.
You said the Vorcha moved in just after the plague hit?
right after the district was quarantined. Vorcha are immune to diseases, so they're not getting sick.
Not sure where they came from. Never saw many Vorcha around before. Sure seemed like they were ready for this.
Only nobody thinks the Vorcha are smart enough to create a virus like this. The Blue Suns need someone else to blame. Like us.
You said the Vorcha were taking over Blue Sun's territory?
Trying to. The Blue Suns don't go down easy. The plague softened them up, but they still have enough firepower to hold some of their turf. The Turians are getting pushed back. The deeper you go into the district, the more Vorcha you'll see. Unless they see you first.
I need to find Morden Solis.
Oh yeah, him. He's got a clinic on the other side of the district.
Heard he's taking in refugees now. Trying to help plague victims. Offering protection from the Suns and the Vorcha.
Sure. A doctor with military-grade mechs helping people for free. On Omega, grow up.
Sounds like you don't think much of the doctor in his clinic.
The Vorcha tried to muscle in. He gunned them down. Just like that. Pop, pop, pop. Didn't even use his mechs.
Then the Blue Suns heard he was sheltering humans and they went to burn down the clinic. He killed them too. Then he went inside and got back to work. He's cold. Must be Solarian Special Forces or something.
You can't stay trapped in this apartment. If you get to Morden's, you might at least survive until the quarantine ends.
Are you nuts? We'd never make it. The streets are crawling with Blue Suns and Vorcha. We don't even have pistols.
Besides, I'm not risking my life on a rumor that some Solarian might offer me sanctuary.
I know you're scared, but your only hope is to get to Morden's clinic. I'm gonna be under fire from the Blue Suns and the Vorcha, so I can't take you with me. But I promise you this. I'll do what I can to leave a safe path for you to follow me. It's risky, but I think it's your only chance.
Okay, you're right. We'll never make it if we stay here. We have to try. We'll wait here for a while and give you time to clear the way. Then we'll head for Morden's clinic, if we're lucky. Maybe we'll meet you there.
Mm-hmm.
This should come in handy.
Let's go!
Sit down!
And stay down. Nice shooting!
This'll put him down!
And stay down. Never saw. Snipe that one.
Try a real man's
Incoming. Looks like we're in Vorcha territory now. The Blue Suns have lost a lot of ground. I wonder how much longer they can hold out.
I think this is where we catch the looters. Yep. And we do the whole shepherd saying, "Hey, don't loot," while I go around and loot myself.
Hey, what did I say? We found this stuff. It's ours. Ah, forget it. Nothing but junk in here. This place is worse than the last one.
What are you doing in this apartment? Did you kill that Turian?
What, the guy on the floor? Nah, the plague took care of him. We're just here to take a full accounting of all his worldly possessions.
Stealing from the dead. That's pretty low.
What's the big deal? It's not like they're gonna miss anything. We're just showing a little entrepreneurial spirit. The plague doesn't affect humans, so we might as well cash in.
Besides, if we don't take this stuff, the Vorcha or Blue Suns will. Better us than them, right?
Again, I'm not the only one that has found the hilarious humor in this, where we are going around and doing the exact same thing, and Shepard's like, I don't like looters or looters of the dead. I'm like, Shepard, you're doing the same thing. You have it's like, come on.
No more looting.
Oh, what? You gonna shoot us?
This plague won't last forever. When the Blue Suns come back, they won't like you looting in their territory.
Yeah, well, maybe they won't find out. It's not like there's any witnesses alive to tell them.
Are some dead Turian's trinkets and a handful of credits worth that risk?
We just wanted to make a bit of quick cash. But when you put it like that, doesn't sound like such a good idea. Hardly found anything valuable anyway. Yeah, you're probably right. It's not worth it.
Do you know a Solarian named Morden Solus?
Yeah, I know him. Got a clinic right around the corner. Take plenty of ammo if you go that way. It's crawling with Blue Suns and Vorcha.
Tell me everything you know about Morden Solus.
That guy is crazy. He'll patch up a gunshot wound for free, then kick your ass and throw you out when you try to grab a few painkillers.
Be honest, man. You kinda had that coming.
No way he's just a doctor. No doctor puts down a Blue Sun squad like that.
All I know is if you go to his clinic, don't cause any trouble.
We need to get going.
Yeah, sure. We'll just stay here for a while. Get some rest.
Don't worry, you made your point. We ain't gonna steal nothing.
No funny business once you're in the clinic, unless you want to deal with those mechs.
Morden's around here somewhere. Go talk to him. We need all the help we can get.
Sorry, too busy to stop and chat. You should go find Morden.
This clinic is a sanctuary. If you're looking for trouble, go somewhere else.
On our way here, we saw humans looting the apartments of the dead. It made me sick.
Morden saved my life. I owe him everything.
Alright, we have made it to the clinic. When we return, we will be meeting... I guess we could either say Professor or Doctor, or Professor Doctor, or Doctor Professor. Mr. Doctor. Sorry, Doctor Strange joke. Professor Dr. Morden Solus when we return. Stay tuned.